Hi, how you guys doing today? To today, so Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. What are we saying? Hmm? How do you feel about it? How do you guys feel about it? You like it? Yay or nay? How is it? Scale 1 to 10? Is it like a 5? Is it a 11? Is it a -11? What are we saying? Me, it's perfectly serviceable. It's acceptable. It's fine. It's there. It's, I guess, a cool kickoff to Phase 5 and the next saga into the overarching story. But I don't know. What means exactly that? I don't really know. I mean, I could describe it, but I'm not describing anything really different than any other Marvel movie. Not really. I mean, you have the minions, right? Kang's minions. They just kind of look like him, but with no faces. So, and then you have the Wasp. Sh- she's there sometimes. I don't know. I feel like she kind of got sidelined in this movie, but I mean that's fine. I guess this is mainly an Ant-Man movie, anyways. But I don't know. Besides the two times she was important, but made important just because if she wasn't there, Ant-Man would literally be lost or something. Something would have happened. Goddamn bird. But yeah, I really don't know what to say. I don't know how to put it. It's fine. It's perfectly serviceable. As I've said, it's acceptable. It's an okay movie. I really like Kang though. Kang was the highlight of the movie for me. Uh, that actor, he did great, and I also love the post credit scene where they actually showed the real Kang the Conqueror at the very end. The very last screenshot of him screaming into that crowd is actually him. So that was nice. That was a nice touch. I appreciated that. And Ant Man is Paul Rudd. He did great. Not really much to say there. But Cassie, the actress isn't that great. This kind of feels like this was her like first ever role. If it was, good on her. She did fine. But if this wasn't her first role, well, she could have had like just one other role before this one. That way she'd have like a jump from whatever that would be to a Marvel project. So that'd be pretty daunting. I could understand that. But yeah, other than that, she wasn't great. Acting was less than subpar. I only really felt her acting uh when I wanted to feel it. Otherwise, she never really sold it for me. Uh, but other than that, whatever. And uh there's the original Ant Man and Ant Woman. I forget their names. I forget their superhero names. But yeah, they're the same too. They're fine. They're good. They've always been great. I kind of felt like, what was her name? Janet? Yeah, it was like Hank, Janet, Hope. What's Ant-Man's name? It's Scott. I forget. Whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of expected Janet, Janet to have a lot more of a story. I guess I got it, but just not in the way that's too interesting. It kind of felt like the story revolved around her, but she was a side character. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of the same thing with Hope, where it was like it was just off-putting in a weird way. It kind of felt like they were just being sidelined, even though they're supposed to be main characters. It did not feel that way really at all, most of the time at least. And then they just they just had Uh, I'm looking at his name up. I forget. I can't be forgetting it. Ghostbusters, man. Hold on. Bill Murray. That's his name. Yeah, he was there. Then he wasn't. That's it. We only really saw him once. Wasted opportunity, in my opinion. You have a name like Bill Murray. You could afford him. Use him. I don't like. Why'd you only use him once? But I don't know. I'm really trying to find a way to stretch this to 8 minutes so I get the minimum, even though I'm nowhere near monetized yet, so it doesn't really matter, but still. But I really can't find anything to stretch this video out. I feel like everything I've said, I have stretched out, but that's all I've got. Like, do you want me to talk about the effects? They're nice. They're there. I could talk about the other characters if I remembered any of their names. Uh, Goo Guy, he was comical. Torch Head, uh, he's dead. So, I mean, he was a little. They didn't do anything with him, really. He's just dead. And then the girl. I don't know. Whatever. This is such a terrible review. There are so many other ones, but I'm a reviewer that keeps it a buck 50. Like, I am not gonna sugarcoat anything. If this movie doesn't have much substance to go off of, I am not that creative to make something up to keep this video going. I'm doing it right now, keeping the video going, but this is what I have to do to keep the video going, and it's not about the movie. But yeah, the movie was perfectly acceptable. It was standard Marvel movie. It'll kick off the Kang Dynasty. I'll like to see where it goes next. I know a way to stretch this video out. Secret Invasion. Let's talk about that. How are y'all feeling about it? I just I don't know. Uh I don't really have any real predictions. I'm not good at predicting things because I don't like predicting things. I could predict things pretty okay, but I don't know, it's just boring. If you actually manage to get it right, then you just kind of spoiled it for yourself. So I just kind of shut my brain off until the actual product comes and I get to watch it correctly. But, it's just backwards. It feels just like when they ruined Captain Marvel with the movie Captain Marvel. I mean, she was meant to be Miss Marvel, have a whole story, and, you know, that could have been made interesting from the comics. And they kind of just skipped that and made Captain Marvel. And not only did they skip an interesting story from her, they also made her boring. So that's not fun because it's boring. But besides that, the scrolls, I don't really remember them being the good guys in the comics. I mean, the Kree folks still aren't good, but scrolls are worse. I mean, why do you think Secret Invasion happened? So now I'm led to believe after seeing screenshots and not screenshots, but like video from Captain Marvel that there's like women and children. There were shots like that, families. They were just trying to survive and get by and whatnot. And they were honestly just impersonating people, kind of just to stay alive. And then when the misinformation was no longer misinformed, Captain Marvel ends up turning on the Kree because, they're the bad guys now. But, I mean, so they're the good guys, right? I mean, Nick Fury has a designated scroll to play him whenever he himself is off planet doing whatever he's doing. So I'm just supposed to expect they're trying to infiltrate now? They're the bad guys now? Since when? Why? I mean, of course, the why I'll find out, and I'm sure they'll explain it in a way where it has to make sense, but that's kind of the thing. They'll have to explain it to a way where it has to make sense. So I'm just kind of stuck here, like, instead of being like, oh, what's gonna happen? I'm invested in the story. I'm more like, what? Why? What changed? Well, now I'm just talking too much. I gotta look at the time. I don't have a lot of storage on this phone, so I gotta be very careful. But yeah, summary: Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, perfectly serviceable, fine, whatever. It's more in this section. And Secret Invasion, how do I feel about it? Being an upcoming project for Marvel, I'm scared. But as with all upcoming anything, we'll see. See you tomorrow. Oh, and I forgot. I want to be a YouTuber. Like and subscribe. Do all the hit the bell notification. All notificate kit now. Do it. There's a bomb in your house. It's gonna go off quick. You must subscribe now. Now. Do it now. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.